Take off your nostalgia glasses. The romantic era of football is dead, and the English media refuses to accept it. Today, we are committing the ultimate football heresy. Friends, it is time to stop idolizing the 2008 version of Cristiano Ronaldo. I know this hurts your feelings. I know you have posters of him in that red shirt on your childhood bedroom wall. I know you remember the stepovers, the gelled hair, and the spectacular free kicks against Portsmouth. You look back at that era, and you see a god. You see the undisputed pinnacle of the Premier League. But nostalgia is a liar. Nostalgia blinds you to the cold, hard, unforgiving reality of human evolution. The sport has moved on. The game has mutated, and the modern apex predator has already devoured your sacred cow. His name is Erling Haaland, and he is going to erase Cristiano Ronaldo's entire English legacy in just 4 short years. There are those who say that dribbling defines greatness. There are purists who believe that the old style of football holds more value. They look at the aesthetic, the flair, the crowd gasping at a pointless trick near the touchline, and they call it magic. But the math is incredibly cruel. The math does not care about your feelings. The math does not care about the romance of the early 2000s. We are living in the era of the machine, and the machine is mathematically superior to the showman. Let us break down the absolute delusion surrounding the 2008 Cristiano Ronaldo myth, and compare it to the terrifying reality of Erling Haaland. Let us start with statistical dominance. The first truth you must swallow is that the Norwegian shattered the Portuguese legend's records without even breaking a sweat. It took Cristiano Ronaldo years to adapt to the Premier League. He arrived as a skinny kid, diving, complaining, and struggling to find final product. He needed time to grow into his body. He needed Sir Alex Ferguson to coddle him, protect him, and teach him how to be effective. It took Ronaldo until his 4th season to score more than 20 league goals. Erling Haaland stepped off a plane from Germany, walked into the most tactically complex and physically demanding league in the history of the sport, and obliterated the single-season goal-scoring record in his sleep. 36 goals in 35 games in his first try. He did not need a learning curve. He did not need 4 years of patience. He arrived fully formed. He arrived as a biological weapon designed solely to put the ball in the back of the net. Ronaldo's absolute peak in England was 31 league goals, a number that stood as a monument for years. Haaland looked at that monument, laughed, and crushed it immediately. Soon, no European record will be left standing. The sheer volume of Haaland's production makes prime Premier League Ronaldo look like a developing prospect. But the purists will cry. They will scream about the beauty of the game. This brings us to the second category where the modern player humiliates the legend. Ruthless efficiency. In 2008, Cristiano Ronaldo was a volume shooter. He needed the ball constantly. He needed to attempt 5 stepovers before making a decision. He was a showman who eventually learned how to score. Erling Haaland is the exact opposite. He represents the terrifying industrial efficiency of modern football. The modern game does not have time for stepovers. The modern game is played at a speed and intensity that would suffocate the 2008 version of Manchester United. Haaland does not need the ball. That is what makes him a nightmare. He can touch the ball 8 times in 90 minutes and score a hat-trick. Every single movement is calculated. Every sprint has a deadly purpose. There is no wasted energy. There is no showboating for the cameras. It is purely an execution. He is a factory line that produces goals with 0 defects. When you compare the footage, Ronaldo looks like he is playing a different sport. A slower sport. A sport where defenders gave you 5 yards of space to dance. Haaland operates in a phone booth surrounded by elite modern athletes, and he still finds the target with fewer touches than anyone in history. Industrial efficiency crushes the spectacle. It is a massacre. Now, let us analyze the physical blueprint. We are told that Cristiano Ronaldo is the ultimate physical specimen. In his prime, maybe. But the kid who ran around Old Trafford in 2008 was a boy compared to the modern tank we see today. Haaland's brutal strength is vastly superior to the Manchester boy. This is the evolution of sports science. Ronaldo had to build himself in the gym over a decade. Haaland was born in a lab. He stands at 6'4", moves with the explosive speed of an Olympic sprinter, and possesses the sheer brute strength of a heavyweight fighter. When 2008 Ronaldo faced a tough, physical center back, he would often drift out wide to avoid the confrontation. He relied on drawing fouls. When Erling Haaland faces the biggest, meanest center-backs of the modern era, he actively seeks the physical confrontation. He absorbs the contact. He bullies them. He pushes grown men to the floor and runs through them like a freight train. The physical standard of the Premier League has skyrocketed since 2008. The defenders are faster, stronger, and tactically smarter. Yet, Haaland bullies. this superior breed of defenders in a way Ronaldo never could against the slower, less athletic defenders of his era. You are watching a modern giant play amongst men. You are watching a player who was engineered to exploit every single weakness in a defensive line. The gap in physical dominance is not just noticeable, it is almost unfair. Ronaldo used his pace to run away from tackles. Haaland uses his momentum to run over people. One was a fast winger transforming into a striker. The other is the final boss of the striker. The English media loves to protect their sacred memories. They love to pretend that the golden days of the late 2000s were the peak of athletic performance. But when you put the two players side by side, the physical discrepancy is shocking. Erling Haaland represents a leap in human genetics and sports conditioning that 2008 Ronaldo simply cannot compete with. We have only scratched the surface. We have looked at the numbers, the efficiency, and the raw physical power. The illusion is already breaking. The mythical aura of CR7 is fading under the harsh spotlight of modern metrics. But we are not done. There is more to this autopsy. The destruction of this sacred cow requires a complete dismantling of his legacy. We must look at how fast the Norwegian conquered the English landscape and what this means for the future of the sport. The Romantic era is burning, and we are just getting started. Let us move to the fourth undeniable truth: system mastery. In 2008, the team was built to serve the individual. Cristiano Ronaldo was granted absolute tactical anarchy. He roamed where he wanted. He defended when he felt like it. He left his fullbacks completely exposed. Sir Alex Ferguson created a system that masked Ronaldo's tactical flaws, his lack of pressing, and highlighted his raw, undeniable talent. It was the era of the superstar carrying the team on his back, playing a freestyle version of the sport. But football has evolved into a merciless, high-speed game of chess. Today, the individual must serve the system. Erling Haaland is the ultimate, flawless cog in the most sophisticated tactical machine ever built. Pep Guardiola does not tolerate anarchy. He demands absolute system mastery, and Haaland delivers it without a single complaint. Haaland sacrifices his own touches for the greater good of the structure. He pins two center-backs constantly, creating massive, exploitable pockets of space for his midfielders. He does the dirty, invisible tactical work that Ronaldo simply refused to do in his early days. The modern striker cannot just be a selfish scorer. He must be the gravitational pull of the entire tactical setup. He must trigger the press. He must cut off passing lanes. Haaland executes this role with a robotic precision that makes the free-roaming style of 2008 look incredibly primitive and lazy. He is the tip of a spear in a system that dominates possession, suffocates opponents, and leaves nothing to chance. Ronaldo was a brilliant soloist playing a selfish tune. Haaland is the ruthless executor of a symphony of destruction. And finally, we arrive at the fifth category, the category that truly separates the human legend from the modern monster: the fear factor. Let us be brutally honest about the past. Defenders in 2008 were annoyed by Cristiano Ronaldo. They hated his flashy stepovers. They hated his theatrical diving. They hated his blistering pace. But they were not terrified for their actual physical safety. They wanted to kick him. They wanted to test his bravery. They wanted to see if the pretty boy could handle a real English tackle. Erling Haaland inspires a completely different emotion. He inspires pure, unadulterated psychological terror. Defenders look at him in the tunnel before the game, and they know they are going to suffer. They know they are about to spend 90 agonizing minutes fighting a biological anomaly. They do not want to kick him, they want to survive him. They hope he spares them the humiliation. This is a level of psychological dominance that Ronaldo never achieved during his time in England. Haaland breaks elite modern defenders before the referee even blows the whistle. You can see it in their eyes. You can see the panic when the ball is crossed into the box. You can see them backpedal when he shifts into his top gear. The psychological warfare is completely over before the match even begins. He is the bogeyman of the modern era, haunting the nightmares of the best center-backs in the world. The verdict is shocking, but it is absolute. You have been living a lie. You have been holding on to a romanticized, heavily edited memory of a player who dominated a slower, weaker, and tactically inferior era. The Cristiano Ronaldo of 2008 was a phenomenal, generational talent for his specific time. But his time is definitively over. Erling Haaland is the superior entity. He is demonstrably faster. He is overwhelmingly stronger. He is mathematically more dominant. He is tactically more intelligent. He is the relentless evolution of the sport made flesh. The modern player has completely overshadowed and outgrown the nostalgic hero. The Portuguese legend built a legacy over years of trial, error, and media protection. The Norwegian cyborg arrived, assessed the landscape, and conquered the island instantly without a single moment of doubt. He has already devoured the historical records. Soon, he will completely erase the nostalgic memories. The debate is mathematically closed. So, friends, where do you stand? Are you on the side that blindly believes the nostalgic, inefficient dribble is what truly matters? Do you still think a few fancy tricks against mid-table teams make you the undisputed king of England? Or are you on the side that accepts the brutal, statistical truth? Are you ready to admit that the modern tank has completely annihilated the entire history of the past? The English media might cry over their keyboards. The purists might throw a massive tantrum online. But the numbers absolutely do not lie. And the videotape does not lie. Take off your nostalgia glasses and look at the monster standing right in front of you. Go ahead and flood the comment section with your bitter tears. Defend your sacred cow with all your might. Scream about the 2008 Ballon d'Or until your lungs give out. It changes absolutely nothing. The modern takeover is complete. Accept your new reality.